Do you believe that nothing in life is just coincidence? The people you meet, the challenges you face, every joy and every sorrow, all of them happen for a reason. In Buddhism, this truth is known as dependent origination, the law of cause and condition. Everything arises from a web of influences, stretching far beyond what we can see in any given moment. It's a perspective that stands in stark contrast with how many of us are taught to think about life today. Modern thinking often paints life as a roll of the dice, a series of lucky breaks, random misfortunes, or the whims of fate. If something wonderful happens, we call it luck. When things fall apart, we blame unfairness or bad fortune. But Buddhism invites us to look deeper, to see that every experience, good or bad, joyful or painful, comes into being because of karma and conditions. Nothing is isolated or accidental. Instead, everything is an outcome of causes we've set into motion, sometimes long ago, sometimes in ways we don't immediately understand. Let's take a closer look at this principle. Karma, in Buddhist thought, means action. Every action, every word, every thought we have plants a seed in the fabric of reality. These seeds may lie dormant for a time, but under the right conditions, they sprout and bear fruit. This is the law of cause and effect, not as an abstract concept, but as a living truth that shapes every moment of our lives. Consider a few real-life examples. Think about someone who achieves great success, a promotion at work, a flourishing business, or a loving relationship. From the outside, it might look like luck, or perhaps a result of being in the right place at the right time. But if you look closer, you'll see that success is rarely just a stroke of fortune. It's the result of countless causes, years of effort, learning from mistakes, the support of friends and family, and maybe even the kindness of strangers. Every step, every choice, every interaction adds to the tapestry of conditions that allow success to blossom. Now let's flip the coin. Imagine someone facing failure, a missed opportunity, a broken dream, or a painful loss. It can be tempting to chalk it up to bad luck or an unfair world. But Buddhism teaches that even these moments are not random. Failure, too, has its causes, perhaps a lesson not yet learned, a challenge that pushes us to grow, or a karmic seed from the past coming to fruition. While the immediate causes might be visible, a mistake, a setback, a change in circumstance, the deeper conditions are often hidden from view, woven into the fabric of our actions and intentions. This contrast between randomness and cause and effect is profound. In a random universe, suffering can feel meaningless and happiness fleeting. But in a world governed by karma and interdependence, every experience carries the potential for insight, transformation, and growth. Let's explore these principles more deeply. The law of karma tells us that every action, thought, or word plants a seed for future experiences. If we act with kindness and compassion, we create the conditions for happiness and connection. If we act with anger or greed, we sow seeds of suffering, not as punishment, but as a natural result of the energy we put into the world. Karma is not fate. It's more like a garden. What we plant and how we nurture it shapes what will eventually grow. But seeds alone are not enough. Causes and conditions work together. A seed may lie dormant in the soil, but it will only sprout when the right conditions, sunlight, water, nourishment, are present. In the same way, our actions and intentions set the stage, but the circumstances of our lives determine when and how those seeds bear fruit. Sometimes the results are immediate. Other times they unfold over days, years, or even lifetimes. This interplay reminds us that we are never trapped by the past, nor are we victims of pure chance. We can always plant new seeds, and we can always nurture the conditions for positive change. Another key teaching in Buddhism is impermanence. Life is ever-changing. Nothing stays the same forever. Today's hardship may turn into tomorrow's opportunity, just as today's joy may eventually fade. Impermanence can be unsettling, but it also offers hope. No matter how difficult things may seem, every situation contains the possibility for transformation. The wheel of life is always turning, and with each turn, new causes and conditions arise. How can we apply these teachings in our daily lives? First, in times of suffering, instead of blaming fate or feeling helpless, we can look for the causes that led to this moment. This isn't about self-blame. It's about understanding the chain of events and discovering what we can learn. Every challenge is a chance to grow, to develop patience, resilience, and wisdom. When we shift our perspective from, "Why is this happening to me?" to, "What can I learn from this?" suffering becomes the seed of growth. In moments of success, Buddhism encourages us to practice gratitude and humility. It's easy to take credit for our achievements, but when we recognize the countless supportive causes, family, friends, teachers, even strangers, we begin to appreciate how interconnected our lives truly are. Gratitude opens the heart and reminds us that we are never alone. We are lifted by many hands, seen and unseen. Let's put these ideas into practice with a story. Imagine someone who loses their job, a devastating blow that seems at first like pure misfortune. Fear and uncertainty take hold, and it's easy to see this loss as a punishment or an act of fate. But as time passes, new opportunities begin to appear. Maybe this person discovers a passion they'd long neglected, or finds work that brings deeper meaning and fulfillment. The loss, painful as it was, becomes the gateway to a new chapter. This isn't just a comforting idea, it's a reflection of the law of cause and condition. The job loss was a result of certain causes: a changing economy, a decision by an employer, perhaps even previous choices made by the individual. But the response to that loss, curiosity, courage, openness, created new conditions. What seemed like an ending turned out to be the beginning of something richer and more aligned with their true calling. This story illustrates a core Buddhist message. Every challenge hides an opportunity for transformation. When we look beneath the surface, we find that even our most difficult experiences carry the seeds of growth. The Buddha expressed this truth simply: all phenomena arise in dependence upon causes and conditions. Nothing exists independently. Our lives are not isolated events, but ongoing processes shaped by our actions, intentions, and the world around us. So, what can we take away from all this? Everything that happens has a cause, and within every experience, pleasant or painful, there is a lesson. By cultivating mindfulness, we begin to notice the patterns of our lives. Acceptance allows us to let go of resistance and see things as they truly are. When we let go of blame and embrace each moment with awareness, we find light even in the darkest times. If you believe that everything in life has meaning, reflect on your own journey. Consider the people you've met, the obstacles you've faced, and the joys you've experienced. How have these events shaped who you are today? What seeds are you planting now, and what conditions are you nurturing for the future? Every moment is an opportunity to grow in wisdom and compassion. To live with this understanding is to walk the path of mindfulness. It's to recognize that life is not random, but purposeful, woven from countless threads of cause and condition. It's to find peace in the midst of change and to trust that every experience, no matter how difficult, contains the potential for transformation. As you move forward, remember, everything that happens is part of a larger tapestry. Every joy and every sorrow is a teacher, guiding you toward greater understanding and deeper connection. Embrace each moment with openness and gratitude, knowing that you are part of a vast, interdependent web of life. So, do you believe that everything in life has meaning? Reflect on your experiences and share your thoughts. Every voice adds to the richness of our shared journey. And if you seek more inspiration and healing wisdom from Buddhism, remember to stay connected and continue exploring these timeless teachings.